Okay, so let's have a look at how we can add text to a life page and to a wiki. We'll start with life. So on the task that I've given you at the bottom, it'll ask you to click here to go to a practice page. Well, this is the practice page that I'm looking at now. So we're inside the staff space of the Stella Maris life page. Now I've left a couple of basic instructions here, and I'll step you through now how we're going to add text. So to start with, I need to create one of these content cells, and this is one that I've added here a little bit earlier, so I'm actually just going to get rid of that. Now the first step whenever you're working in life is to go up here, and where it says, I'm not sure if yours will say admin, but there'll be a button up here, and then you want to click edit page. And what that will do is it will check that page out so other people can't make changes. Now, if we're all doing this same module at the same time, there might be some issues with that. But the reason is if I'm making changes and you're making changes at the same time, they kind of continually overwrite each other and nobody gets what they did. So check it out up here, and we're looking for edit page, and you'll get this big yellow bar. Okay, so once you've checked it out, it's time to get to work, and we're going to click the add stuff button. So I click add stuff, and what I'm going to add is a content cell. Now the tricky bit with this is that when I click it, it almost appears like nothing has actually happened. But if you look here, it says the learning cell has been added to the following page, and then this is linked. It's a clickable link. So that will take you back to the page that you were working on, and the thing that you just added, in our case a content cell, has now been added to the page. The first few times you might click that content cell a few times thinking nothing's happened, and when you finally do work it out, you'll come back here and see 3 or 4 content cells that you clicked. So have a look out for that. Now the content cell is here. I can click where it says content and I can name it anything I want. I would probably prefer that you put your name in there so that we can identify who the author of that was. So at the moment there's nothing, it's just a cell with a title. I can go over here, and this is really tricky on an iPad, so if you're using your iPad to watch this lesson, I probably wouldn't recommend doing the actual content cell on your iPad. It is possible, but for this reason here, being able to get to these buttons is really tricky on an iPad, so I'd recommend using your computer or laptop for that. So over here I've got a whole bunch of buttons, and the one we're going for is this green one that says edit learning cell. So if I click edit learning cell, that brings up what we call the editor. Now the editor is very similar to like Microsoft Word. It has fonts, it has colors, it has alignments, that kind of thing. So there are some more in-depth tools in this editor, but for today, to get the text, basically you're 90% there already. So once you've got this editing pane, you can see the flashing cursor, and I can now enter some text. Alright, so once you've got that entered in there, just typed in, you can highlight it, you can make it bigger, you can change the font, that kind of thing. There's not a great deal of choices there, but you know, you can certainly get what you need out of the tools that they've given you. So I might reduce that because I think that's a little crazy. Colours, where's colours? Here with the A, change that to a nice purple. I've got my usual bold, italic and underlines things there, and all of those are basically the same as what you'd be familiar with in your word processing. So once you've got that, pretty much that's it. I can press enter, I can add more text into there, and so on and so forth. I can make this a different color to the other part, and so on. So that part, I'm pretty confident most of you will be familiar and confident with that bit. So the next bit is when I've finished with this content cell, I go down to here and it's save content. I have no idea why they've got save draft and save content right next to each other. That doesn't make sense to me, but it's save content is the one you need to go for. When I click that, that will take me back to my page, the life practice page. There we go. All right, so now it's taken me back to the page that I was working on. You can see my content cell here, and there's the text that I added in there before. So that's basically how you add text to a life page. If I ever want to go and change that again, I go back into the edit cell button and I can go and edit that, and I press save content and I end up back here. Last step, very important. Remember we checked that out. I tick this one here, save and publish changes. So once I click that save and publish changes, that will make everybody's view of this page match what I'm looking at now. If you fail to press that button, other people won't have what you just did. So you'll be wondering why they aren't able to see it. That's probably why. Okay, time to move on to using the same kind of skill but for a wiki. Alright, so here's our wiki page, and this is the practice page that I've set you to. To get started here, all you need to do is press the edit button up here. I click that and you can see I've already got some text. It's basically the same as the life editor. You can see I've got bold, italic, underline. This T button with a little like a little coloured circle, that's the one that allows you to go and change the style of the text. So I'll show you that right now. So down here I'm going to type in my name, and I could type a whole bunch of other stuff. So that part there is not that difficult. Once you've got your things typed in, you can bold it, you can italics, you can underline, or you can press this style button and you get a range of choices here. So I find this sometimes a little bit finicky, but I can choose a font, I can up the size of it, I can change the colour here using this little colour palette. Go for a little pinky purple colour. I can make the background colour sort of like a highlight. I can make it centre aligned, and you get a little preview there. I just press apply and you can see that's made those changes straight away. Unlike life, this one checks itself out, so while I'm editing it here, nobody else can edit it. I'm pretty sure of that anyway. That may be incorrect. We'll find out, I guess, once we're all having a play. But yeah, once I've got that text in there, it's the same as any other kind of text editing thing. I type whatever I want, and when I'm finished, all I need to do is press save up here. And once I've done that, it'll load the page back up again in the view mode rather than the edit mode, and you can see here that my page is now filled with my name. If you're trying to go back to the module, by the way, you just use these buttons that I've added down here. Alright, so that's how you add text to life and how you add text to a wiki page. Good luck with that. Have fun.